What's up, y'all? Welcome back to the channel. The Portland Trail Blazers took on the Oklahoma City Thunder. Man, let's just jump right in and talk about it. You know how we do.
If this world were mine.
So the Portland Trail Blazers took on the Oklahoma City Thunder in Oklahoma City. Remember, Oklahoma City has beaten the Trail Blazers the last two times by a total of more than 100 points, something like that. First game, 40-something. Second game, 62 points. Now, the Trailblazers didn't have a couple of their guys, but you know me, that's no excuse. That's no excuse. You can't lose by 60 points and be trying hard. That's not going to happen. That's just not going to happen. Obviously, the Trailblazers weren't trying their hardest for whatever the reasons, whether they knew that they didn't have their guys, whether they just lost confidence because of how they started the game, whatever. You can just tell that the motivations, the efforts, and the energies was on low. But this game was completely different. The lineup Chauncey's been using has been helping to influence stronger defense, a more stronger presence. It's not so much that the defense has gotten technically better, but it's stronger because there's more of a stronger presence. There's guys out there willing and motivated. Jabari, we know he's a flat out dog. He's willing and motivated. He complains a lot, but he's willing and motivated to get out there and get to the ball at all costs. To set screens, to play at a high level, high intensity. That's what the Trailblazers need. They need more intensity, not uncontrollable and not anything out of the ordinary, but just a strong sense of confidence in what you're doing and what you can offer the team. Jeremy Grant, I thought, started this game well, played well. He disappeared at the end. Now, these are the things that I worry about with Jeremy Grant because he has a tendency to disappear in the end. He needs you to kind of set a play for him. If Anthony or Malcolm aren't giving way to him, they're not taking upon themselves to invest in Jeremy Grant, during the game. He's going to need Coach Billups. Don't forget about Jeremy down the stretch. Got to keep him engaged. You got to keep him engaged. You need guys to set good screens. You need DeAndre, Jeremy, Jabari. You need these guys to set solid screens so you can get these shots, so you can make these plays happen in these crucial moments. And you got to keep guys engaged. And one of the ways that you do that, if not the best way to do that, is kind of you just want to invest in them during the game. Ant doesn't have to shoot every shot that he wants to shoot. Sometimes he might want to sacrifice a couple shots and swing that ball over one more time, one more pass, and get Jeremy a shot or two here and there. Just to keep him engaged because, Ant, you're going to need these guys to help get you good looks sometimes. I mean, I know you're used to just ISO, clear out, and you just do what you do, but this is 5-on-5 ball. So you're going to need your teammates at some point in time, especially if you want to win something more than just a couple games. When you want to win championships, you need your teammates. So you might want to invest in them a little more. That's something I need to see from Anthony. I need him to invest a little more, especially as you get down the stretch. You can't take every shot. You don't need to take every shot. Invest in your teammates so that way they'll be there for you when you need them the most. They probably should have won this game. Of course, you were waiting all game long for the Thunder to make their runs, for the Thunder to figure out what was going on and to make a comeback. But the Trailblazers still kept fighting. The Trailblazers still kept executing. The execution was a lot better. They didn't turn it over a lot until the third quarter. So that was something to build on. The execution was a lot better. They stayed engaged. They stayed connected and they stayed together on defense. I thought that was the best thing about this whole game was how much they stayed connected and stayed together on defense. Now, that final play after Coach Billups got ejected. All right. Now, over the course of the game, the emotions of this game is high. I'm not giving any excuses, but this is a team that's just beaten you, like I said, the last couple times by more than 100 points total. Right. So you're really locked in this game. You're not trying to have that happen again. Then, of course, the refs were highly inconsistent this game. So those things kind of build up and wear on you over the course of the game. So I understand why Coach Billups couldn't take it no more on that timeout call. One thing that we noticed and one thing that we saw for sure is that the Trailblazers were lost without Coach Billups on that sideline. And that was kind of disappointing to see. I really didn't think that the team would just remember, it's just one play. Chauncey got thrown out, I believe 20 seconds or whatever. But it was enough time for one more play. And the Trailblazers, when you saw them line up for that play, not sure about what they were going to do. And then you could see that Malcolm kind of didn't want to give the ball to Ant. I know what happens over the course of the game. Ant takes a lot of shots that he probably shouldn't take. I understand that. And guys remember those things. They remember those things. This wasn't the first time that happened in this game where there's an opportunity to get Ant the ball and somebody might not do it because it wasn't done before from Ant. Ant's not always coming off that ball. He's not looking to come off that ball in a lot of times. So when Ant's open and guys have the ball, sometimes they're not looking to come off the ball. That's just a natural thing. But the way you remedy that Is Ant got to come off the ball sometimes. And then those guys will return the favor. So you actually might not even be missing those shots that you're sacrificing because they in turn will get you a couple more shots. Right? That's how things work if you let it work that way. But in this last play, you can see Malcolm definitely looked off Ant. We've seen that a few times. I've seen Malcolm look off a couple players, but Malcolm definitely looked off Ant and threw the lob to DeAndre Ayton. I'm not saying Ant was wide open. I'm not saying, that DeAndre getting that lob might not have been the next best available option. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that they ran that play with a total lack of confidence, a total lack of organization, and obviously they weren't connected. There was some disjointment in that situation. And that was obviously a result of Coach Billups getting thrown out of that game. They needed him bad for that situation. They needed him bad for that last shot. As well as the team was playing, they still didn't have one good, strong play in them without Coach Billups on the sideline. That says a lot to me. You've heard me talk about, man, I hope Coach has the right guys behind him and the right man. Did y'all see that? One play. And I'm not saying that one play should have won the game. I'm just saying a good, strong, confident play ran with good strength and balance. That's not what happened at all. It was completely the opposite. From the time the ref handed the ball to Malcolm, it was falling apart. That was the only thing, that I took from this game that kind of was concerning to me. The perimeter defense was in attendance. Thank goodness. Man, that's what I want to see from the Trailblazers. I'm not saying it was great. I'm not saying it was fantastic. I'm just saying it was in attendance. And all you got to do is be in attendance. And you can see DeAndre Ayton being a little more effective back there. You can see Jeremy Grant being more effective back there. He had a block or two. Duop Reith, like your big men are more effective when your perimeter defense is in attendance. You know what I'm saying? And it was good to see that Anthony, Malcolm, and Scoot had their perimeter defense in attendance, and I definitely want to make that be known because I have no problem saying when it's not. So I definitely want to make it be known that, yes, it was in attendance, and that was great to see. Anthony was playing some really good defense, even though Gilgeous-Alexander was making some tough shots, even though Jalen Williams made that tough shot over him at the end there. Anthony was still there. And that's what I asked for my players. Be there. Be there. Then we can work on other little things, where your hands at, how you're taking away vision from the shot, how are you taking away good looks, things like that. But we can work on that. But I just need you there. I need you there. And if you don't care or want to be there, then that's an issue. So that was great to see Anthony, Malcolm, and Scoot want to be there. And that desire helped them to be there. So that's all you can really ask for. And then the other things you try to build on top of that. But that was it. I was happy to see that they were there. They were in attendance and they were there. That was great. That's something to build on. That's a great thing to build on. But they just need to have something to rely on also. In case these things happen, in case they need to run one play without Coach Billups, they need to have something to rely on that they feel good about. Now, Ant has to play a certain way for the team to feel that way about him. Or they just have to know that they have certain plays that they go to regardless in those situations, period. I'm sure that's where Coach Billups is trying to get them to, so they know those plays, so they have that type of trust on each other, so they can know, like, we're going to Ant and be happy that we're going to Ant instead of, but that's a place where you want to build to, and hopefully the Trailblazers can get there. So comment down below. Let me know what you guys think about this game with the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Trailblazers played well, just came maybe one play short. And I'm not just mentioning maybe just that last play that they ran with no confidence, very little organization. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about over the course of the game, just maybe one more stop, maybe one more pass, right? Maybe one more pass. You know what I'm saying? They probably should have won that game, but that's something that they can build on and learn from, especially playing against a team that done kicked their butt the last two times. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for joining me. Remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. All right.
If this world were mine,